Does Rowe's knockout power stop the debut early, or does Lebosnoyani drag this into deep waters and submit him? Hey everyone, welcome back to The Prestige. Today we're breaking down a welterweight matchup between Phil Rowe and Jean-Paul Lebosnoyani. If you're new to MMA, this is a classic striker versus grappler fight. Rowe wants to keep this fight standing at all costs and hunt knockouts, while Lebosnoyani wants to get this fight to the ground and finish with submissions. Let's break it down section by section. Fight style interaction map. How these two styles play up against each other. Phil Rowe's primary style is power striking. He uses reach, power, and timing to find knockout moments. His secondary style is finishing ability, looking to end fights wherever he sees an opening. Jean-Paul Lebosnoyani's primary style is grappling. He controls distance and chains takedowns to control and submit his opponents. His secondary style is power striking, mainly to create the entries. Rowe wants this in open striking exchanges where he can use his reach and power to gain the advantage, and Lebosnoyani wants this in the clinch and ground phases. Rowe must avoid extended grappling. Lebosnoyani must avoid long-range striking. The styles will collide in transitions where Phil Rowe's power will meet Lebosnoyani's takedown attempts, creating knockout and submission opportunities. Now onto the win funnel system. This is the clearest path every fighter needs to win the fight. For Phil Rowe, he needs to use his reach and striking to control range, and then use pressure to force mistakes and get a knockout. For Jean-Paul Lebosnoyani, his win funnel is to close distance and secure takedowns, maintain top position, and win via submission or ground and pound. The matchup-specific strengths that each fighter brings is Phil Rowe's perfect finishing ability in his wins, his long reach and knockout threat, and he has a higher level of experience. And for Lebosnoyani, he has a high submission rate, he has a strong finishing instincts, and he's youth and undefeated momentum. Now on the flip side, here are the weaknesses each fighter brings to the matchup. Phil Rowe, he is vulnerable to strong wrestlers. He has a negative striking differential, and he is inconsistent recently. His implication is he must keep this fight standing. For Jean-Paul Lebosnoyani, he has experience risk, UFC debut, vulnerable to knockouts, and he is limited. I have limited data on him at a high level, so the model isn't complete, and he must get the fight to the ground. The hidden detail the data shows is that Phil Rowe's knockdown rate rises sharply against aggressive grapplers. His power becomes especially dangerous during takedown attempts. It's missed because most focus on Lebosnoyani's submission ability and overlook Rowe's timing, and it appears early in the stand-up exchanges, and it benefits Phil Rowe's knockout upside. The 100,000 Monte Carlo simulations modeled striking output, grappling, durability, fatigue, and camp factors. In a 3-round welterweight fight, Phil Rowe comes in with a 60% chance to win, with a 35% chance by knockout, 5% by submission, and 20% by decision. And Jean-Paul Lebosnoyani has a 40% chance to win, with 15% of that coming by knockout, 15% by submission, and 10% by decision. The most common finish window is round 1. In the end, Phil Rowe's power, reach, and experience gave him the edge in the matchup. His ability to push takedown entries and create knockdown moments stands out. If the fight flips, it'll flip because Lebosnoyani secures the takedown and chains submissions before Rowe finds his rhythm. What do you think happens? Rowe by knockout, Lebosnoyani by submission? Drop your predictions below. I read every one of them. Smash that like button if the breakdown helped. Subscribe for more deep dives and turn on notifications so you don't miss out the full series. Thank you for watching, and let's see who comes out on top.